Common question we get asked when using MX is how to generate volumes, and there are a couple of ways of doing this. This video clip will demonstrate how to use the Volumetrics Wizard, which uses a prismoidal method of calculation of volumes. So it's effectively the volumes between two surfaces. So I have an existing ground model here, and I have my design with earthworks here completed. So I want to calculate the bulk earthworks quantities cut and fill between the two surfaces. So the easiest way to do this is to go to MX Analysis, Volumetrics Analysis. Okay, so here we have our initial toolbar, which allows us to set up the models which we want to analyze. So if we click on the model to analyze button, you'll see here there are lots of options available here. So we can simply use two string models or triangulation models if we pick a triangulation model, or we can use a model and a datum level. So for example, if you want topsoil strips, or if you're trying to analyze maybe a pond or something like that where you have a fixed level, you can analyze to a datum level. Or if we've created our isopachite between our two surfaces already, then we can use an isopachite triangulation as well. In this instance, I'm going to use my two string models. So I picked my design and my ground model. As per most options, you can use masking, and as I say, down here is the datum level if you're using that particular option. Automatically it will generate a boundary around our proposed model, but you can auto create a boundary as well, and there's a method of trimming the tool as well, but it will create you a boundary from the existing model. And as I say, any surface adjustment that you want to put in as well, you can do. So as I say, this is for things like topsoil strips, etc., etc., and you can put in height adjustment for either of the models, be it plus or minus. I'm going to leave it as the default because I don't want to go into too much detail on those sorts of things. So once we've edited our model, entered our model names, then we can simply hit OK on this, and away it goes. It creates triangulations in the background, creates isopachite models in the background, and analyzes the prismoidal volumes between these two surfaces. And it comes up with a nice little box here which we can print out, which gives us our cut volumes, what percentage of cut we have, our filly volumes, and what percentage of fill, the volumetric difference between the two surfaces, and the total cut area in square meters, the total fill area in square meters, and the summated plan area between the two surfaces, which is coincidental. It also gives us our maximum cut depth and our maximum fill depth and the average depth between the two surfaces. We can print this off if we hit, or we can just hit OK. As we've done our analysis now, you'll see several other options become available. So the grid option allows us to place a grid over the surface and analyze in any particular grid that we need. This may be useful for housing development work and things like that. There is also the depth contours, so we should be able to create some depth contours between our two surfaces. So hit apply on that, and you can see here, if we look along, we get some depth contours. These values, it automatically knows the maximum cut and fill values, but we can change our contour intervals for our cut and fill values. For example, it may not be that useful on the side of the earthworks here. So OK on that. What else do we have? We have area and volume annotation. So we can annotate all of these values if we want. Apply, and we get the annotation. Display a summary per grid. So apply on that, and there we have our annotation. So if we cancel out on that, the toolbar comes back again, and we can do level annotation as well. So on the display, proposed, upper levels, etc., etc. So apply on that, and maybe a little bit too much detail here. Untick. I think that's still going to be too much detail. We've got this chainage interval at quite tight chainages, so we might want to drop that down a bit. But this is the kind of information you can annotate. Display management, we can display our level annotation, we can turn that off, and we can turn the depth contours off. Probably the most, let's just have a quick look at some of the options available first. These are all ones that are loaded by default, and we can change any of the display, so the colors. We can display the hatch. Oh, that didn't show the hatch banding. We can display the hatch banding as solid or as hatched, and the text heights, etc., etc. We can all change as well. So yeah, just one other one that I didn't show is the depth bands. Automatically knows the maximum cut and fill depth, so we can choose what depth between which we want to play, and the display increment. So apply on that, and we get a nice shaded depth. And we can also annotate the drawing with the key if we so wish. Okay, so that could be useful. So we looked at the analysis. The final useful thing here is the reports option, and this will output it to in Excel on save, so we can annotate all our volume differences, fill area, maximum cut depth, maximum fill depth. OK on that, and it asks us for a CSV file name, and away it goes. And if we look in our project folder, we have all the volumetrics data that we requested in a spreadsheet. It also gives us a bit of a log as to what we've actually done in there. So if you like line mode, then you can cut and paste all the information to an input file. See, here's your volumetric analysis and the triangulation. So that's just a nice little tool for doing quick and simple volumetrics. The only limitation we have on this is that it is a bulk volumetric analysis. So what it won't do is to analyze, is to give you volumes at a particular section. So 100 meters, 200 meters, etc., etc. If you need volumetrics, cross-sectional volumetrics, then the method to use is analysis volumes from stored sections normal to the reference string, and this will do prismodal volumetrics for you.